So Safaree and Erica Mena finally made it down the aisle, and they had everybody in waterworks. I mean, I can't believe it. Maybe these two really do love each other.
I got drip on the floor and it's getting nasty.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Welcome back to your girl Gigi's channel. We are gonna be talking about Love and Hip Hop New York. And before we get into the review, actually, I want to do a quick heads up. I'm recording this video actually a little bit before the time is up on the giveaway that I'm doing on my last video. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out my Real Housewives of Atlanta review, and so you'll see how to enter the giveaway. Your girl has reached 1,000 subscribers, so I wanted to do like a basically appreciation package for one of you guys, you know, who've been, you know, riding with your girl and stuff. So if you haven't entered it yet, this is kind of your last time to go run back, you know, enter the giveaway before I choose the winner, and I will upload, you know, a video announcing it later on this week. But even though this video might be posted late, I'm recording it actually before the time is up, so don't be confused, you know, that it wasn't announced yet, okay? So y'all, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop New York. Actually, speaking of subscribers, if you haven't hit that button yet, you better hit it, okay? It's down there on the right. Subscribe to your girl's channel. It ain't gonna hurt you. The button is free, for free, okay? Just like that commercial be saying on TV, free, for free, okay? So, Love and Hip Hop New York, what wasn't free, this goddamn wedding that Erica Mena and Safaree had, they went all out for this wedding. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty and whatnot. You know, Erica's dress was definitely gorgeous. This kind of was just a simple filler episode. Love verbs, ooh la la, had everybody in the church crying because Safaree was just all up in his emotions. Now, we all know he's sentimental AF, and he actually had Erica crying. Now, I can't stand to see Erica cry because it just makes her lips go over them big old teeth, and y'all know how I feel about them things. But nonetheless, this is probably gonna be like a shorter review because it wasn't really that much that went on. It was just the wedding. So the episode opens up with Safaree actually running over to Yandy because he's still pissed off of what happened at the bachelorette party. He's feeling like, dang, like Rich came, I made him leave after Erica threw a fit, but her friends, you know, came in disrespecting, like she wouldn't like it if my friends did that to her. You know, he's feeling a little like confused right now. So Yandy's like, wait a minute, hold up, like, am I missing something? And she's like, you still want to get married, right? And he was like, man, I don't know. Ooh, sorry, it has some donut holes. But he's like, man, I don't know. This isn't feeling like how I felt, you know, when I proposed to her. And Yandy looked at that nigga like, oh, really? This what you think marriage is? You think it's just gonna be all up and up, happy, you know, glory days, and that's not what it is. And I think a lot of people get it confused. Marriage is not what happens in the happy times. It is what happens when both of y'all can't stand each other. Y'all want to eat on the opposite side of the table. Y'all don't want to even have y'all's feet touching when y'all on the couch watching, you know, Netflix and stuff. And then y'all both fighting over the covers in the bed. Like, that's, you know, when marriage really starts kicking in. When y'all do all that, but still at the end of the day, y'all fucks with each other, y'all love each other, and y'all stay loyal to each other. And I think now too, a lot of what's wrong with this generation is y'all are really only ready for the wedding. Y'all aren't really ready for the marriage. You know, it's two totally different things. Y'all can plan the wedding, oh, it's beautiful and such like that, but y'all do forget, like, y'all still have to choose this person after, you know, the wedding day. So nonetheless, she basically had to give him the advice of like, you're really not gonna throw this away over the dumbest thing. Like, that sounds so stupid. Like, if you love this woman, go marry her. He want to act like he all not gonna marry her. Him and Erica was putting on, you know, the Viola Davis and Denzel Washington. Y'all was sitting there playing like y'all wasn't gonna get married. We knew y'all asses was walking down the aisle, but we gonna play with it, Mona, just for this episode. So Erica, speaking of her, she stayed the night at Remy Ma's house because, you know, she just didn't want to go back home or whatever. So her and Remy, I guess, are cool. And she would stay the night there, and she wakes up, and Remy's kind of giving her advice on the situation too, because we all know Remy and Papoose represent black love. And she's kind of talking to Erica about what she's expecting, you know, what does she want. And Erica goes into this story again of like how she's really looking for a man to protect her, uphold her, be loyal, because she really did go through some shit. And, you know, as far as Rich goes, she's like, how can he invite this man that basically dogged me out to the public? Now, we know Erica and Rich had a very, you know, toxic, tumultuous type relationship. When it was bad, and them niggas went ham on each other in the press, you know, constantly talking about, you know, who was hoeing the most. We know Rich was in Creep Squad. We know Mena was bouncing, from Bow Wow to everything else. And they definitely talked shit about each other, okay? But for Safaree not to consider that, I mean, cool, you can make up with Rich. Like, y'all can be cordial, but, like, don't be inviting that nigga out when you know he talks shit about your wife. And she brings up, Safaree is not a confrontational person. We kind of know that about Safaree. Like, in, heat of the moment, that nigga, he's horrible. Like, he can't do confrontation. What she says is one thing she loves about him. But on the other hand, people who aren't confrontational most of the times get themselves in shit by omission because they try not to choose a side. And by not choosing a side, you get your ass stuck in the middle, even more. But Remy's like, you're not getting to not get married over rich dollars. Like, that's what you're saying. And Erica, she's like, no, like, she was kind of like, I don't know, I'm looking for that man to protect me and uphold me, because, like I said, Erica went through some shit with her relationships. So, jump into the wedding, everything's getting all prepared and stuff. Safaree pulls up to the place in his fur coat, motorcycles, and loafers. And his homeboys are outside. The place was gorgeous. Like, the roses, everything was so pretty. And then we see Kimbella calling up Juelz while he locked up. Now, Juelz took like a little plea deal for 2 years because he knew if he tried to go on trial, they honestly was going to send that nigga away for a lot longer. So it's like, just take the 2 years, knock it out the way, because they probably would have gave him 5 to 10. But she's calling him because she wants to do his album, or kind of like a compilation of his music that hasn't been released yet. And honestly, she's doing it because, look, money's a little slim. When Juelz leaves, a bag leaves. Now, Kimbella, this is why you can't be with rich niggas or, like, niggas of stature and not have nothing for your own. Like, I'm sure you got a little bit of something from, hopefully you saved up from past Love and Hip Hop episodes or whatever reality TV shows you did and stuff. But, this is kind of why women get stuck in a situation. And y'all got 5 kids, I'm not mistaken. Ain't she pregnant? Got 1 on the way? Like, shit, y'all need a lot of money. So he gave them an approval to do the compilation album so, they can have a little income coming in while he gone for these 2 years. Because I don't think, Kimbella selling Sugar Bear hair on IG is going to cut it, And Fashion Nova, tags can only pay you for so much. So, Kimbella, I'm going to need you to, figure out a hustle real quick. So, back to the wedding. We see everybody getting ready. And Safaree and Erica both show up. We knew they was going to show up. But they kind of do like the first look or whatever. So she comes out in her dress, y'all. I was surprised. Her dress was gorgeous. I actually really liked it. Now, Safaree's suit, on the other hand, I didn't like all the jewels. I wish he could have kept, like, instead of like the whole peplum, he should have did just like one little accent jewel and kept it at that. But they did the first looks and he started crying. Now, we're going to sit there and ignore the fact that Safaree Beijing the hell out of his hairline. That nigga's hairline was casket sharp. Let me tell you, he had just 90-degree angles all over. He was on it with that hairline, okay? But they had a little sweet moment crying together. She said, I love you, boo-hoo. Thank you for being with me. And he did a sweet little gesture, giving her a bracelet with her dad's signature on it because he passed away. Like, that was really sweet. And it's that even at times I really do thinking their relationship is fake as hell. It's stuff like that. It kind of be making me think like, well, maybe they do kind of actually fuck with each other, Like, because you wouldn't do something sentimental like that if you didn't have, like, no type of feelings for nobody. But, we just always gonna be iffy on their relationship because it always just seems like these, Love and Hip Hop celebrities always get together when the season's getting ready to start and it looks hella beneficial. So they go in, we see them getting ready to get married, but there's a little scene with Tahiry, Joe, Yandy, and Jonathan. Now, Yandy, she barely got invited by the skin of her teeth, but she showed up and her little chandelier dress was really cute. And Jonathan was her husband, her gay husband for the night, her +1, because Mendices ain't out yet. Now, they walk in and they see Tahiry and Joe because they just happen to be right there. We know how this goes. Production puts them there. Jonathan walks in, sees them, and it's like, this ain't supposed to be happening. Now, Tahiry, I don't know if I like the top of her dress, but it was like, the fit was nice. It was just them like chains or whatever, them fabric like loops hanging off. They were just uneven or something. But nonetheless, of course, Jonathan sees them talking and is like, hold on, what is this? Like, I'm Sin's best friend, and I'm not gonna sit there and allow her to be disrespected. She's my best friend. And Tahiry's like, man, like, why are you even here? And he's like, why are you here? And she was like, I've been friends with Erica. You just now being friends with Sin. So he's basically like, you know, as long as Sin is my friend, I'm going to protect her, make sure she's not getting hurt, because Joe, I know you still got, you know, stuff for her, and Tahiry, you're getting in the way. That's so hella messy. And I'm not gonna lie, I do think Tahiry be knowing just a little bit what she doing. She knows anytime she's around Joe, like, there's gonna be whispers. So Tahiry's not dumb. But Jonathan, this ain't your place. I understand protecting your best friend, but as Joe put it, cool, that can be your best friend, but don't be trying to put into action things that you feel should be going on. Like, mind your motherfucking business, okay? Yandy's just sitting there stuck like, we should go to the wedding. Like, they're getting ready to get married. But Jonathan also too, it also always seems like every season you got a new best friend. Can you explain that to me? Like, Jonathan, you can only be best friends with so many people, because, you know, word on the street is if you best friends with everybody, you friends with no one. You know, I'm just saying, want to put that out there. But they quit fighting. Joe's like, man, mind your business. Me and Sin got this, and walks away and stuff. And Tahiry and Jonathan now are gonna have beef from what we see on the next episode. So they get married, got everybody walking down the aisle. Safaree's sister was like the woman of honor. I didn't really like the bridesmaids dresses. From what I saw in the clip, one girl was too thick, and that slit was giving her like woohoo, like I almost saw her puss up under that dress. But everybody came walking down the aisle. And Erica comes in, and it's beautiful. Like, she's kind of tearing up. Safaree's tearing up. Got the crowd tearing up. They do their, you know, what do they call it? Their vows. And Erica's vows really were good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, they was good. Safaree talked about how, you know, he been waiting for a woman like her and stuff like that. You know, he's all sentimental and gushy and stuff. And so they get married, y'all. They get kissed and everything. Got Joe tearing up. I'm sure he probably thinking about Sin right now. Got Tahiry crying. But what made me laugh was, bitch, when Sierra and Carly Red tried to get in. Them hoes, that woman said, y'all ain't on the list, ma'am. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So you could tell Sierra was salty because she sat down and wanted to be rude to the bartender. Like, I didn't ask for tonic water. I asked for soda water. And Carly's like, bitch, if you don't quit being picky and take the damn drink, like, this is a free bar. You drink whatever it is. Now, Sierra, your booty done got too big. Like, I know you had, I'm pretty sure you had your ass done, but it looked like something else was added to it, because I don't remember it being this big on your, you know, Love and Hip Hop show, Atlanta or whatever. But they were just so mad standing out there. I just immediately just thought of, how you gonna be mad at the side of the club? You can't even get in. You can't even get in. Like, how you gonna, that's why your ass supposed to show up on time. Early is on time and on time is late, bitches. So, you know, everybody get married. They do their first dances. Yandy goes in and sees Safaree in his dressing room. You know, they kind of have a good little moment where she's proud of him and stuff. And then we see at the end of the episode, Juju, Kimbella, and Chrissy go have like little drinks and stuff like that. Kimbella had on a good old, you know, Safaree-ish fur coat. And they get to, you know, sit down, start talking and stuff. And Kimbella brings up how, you know, Juelz being away is kind of difficult. And, you know, he talked about how surprising it was that when he went away, like, not as many people checked up on him and his family. And that's how this industry goes. Like, they're only friends with you for, you know, their benefit. True fans in this game, you know, come by slim pickings. And the fact that, you know, nobody checked him on his family and stuff for like him, obviously he's gonna feel a type of way, because, you know, Juelz looks like a very, you know, loyal person, sometimes probably loyal to a fault, because I understand how it feels to be that person, because I'm typically that person, especially being Capricorn. We typically are the person who's very, like, the mothering person of the group, very responsible. We are, you know, always taking care of other people. Like, that's just us. And I ain't saying he's a Capricorn, but I'm just saying I understand, you know, his sentiment of like, dang, like, I really thought I was gonna have some people, you know, watching my back like I did theirs. Now, Chrissy kind of heard that and was like, speaking of, Jimmy wants to give you something. And she hands her over an envelope. And she's like, not that we're saying y'all got a shortage of money of anything. Bitch, what we saying is we know you ain't got no money coming in, so here's something under the table. That's basically what that is. And Kimbella took it. She was appreciative of it. I mean, that's the least Jimmy could do. I mean, they ride in the same group together. And Kimbella takes that as a moment to ask Chrissy, like, look, okay, with Juelz being gone, we're going to do, a compilation of his music. The streets are hungry for it. What streets? I mean, I know Juelz got a little name up there in the north, but I don't think, like, the streets is starving for it. I don't think they starving. They might want a little appetizer, but I don't think they as hungry as you trying to say, Kimbella. But nonetheless, Chrissy's like, yeah, I'll talk to Jimmy. He'll do it and stuff like that. And they, finish having drinks. Then we get back to the wedding. Erica talks to Carly Red and Sierra. Sierra's like, I couldn't get in or something like. I guess the RSVP was, all the guest list was messed up and stuff. And honestly, it was Carly Red's fault. And so they just start laughing and everything. And Erica's like, well, damn, bitch, like, you should have been on time. And so she's like, I can't drink, but let's go party. Sierra's like, don't worry, girl, I'm gonna drink for you. And we just see everybody dancing in slow-mo, having a good time. Like, they looked like they was, it was a good wedding. Like, they had a good old time. And that's where the episode ended. Now, tell me what you thought about the wedding. Do y'all think it was very gorgeous? How long are we going to give Safaree and Erica? How long do we think they're going to last? It was very nice seeing Erica's son. We don't see him that often. He walked her down the aisle. And then everybody else was just kind of vibing and dancing. We didn't see the moment where Joe and Tahiry were anywhere near each other at the wedding, like after the whole situation with Jonathan. Like, they weren't dancing nowhere near each other. Like, we didn't see them on the dance floor, bumping and grinding, so that's good. They know that boundary at least. But y'all tell me what you thought about the episode, and what do we think about Kimbella releasing a Juelz compilation album? Do people really want it? Are the streets hungry for it? Let me know. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at GGDoll0321 and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Deuces.